Hello, fellow young professionals. We're glad you could join us for this video. We're thrilled to share our understanding and knowledge about something that you may be a bit familiar with. It's about franchising. But before we delve into the depth of franchising, why don't we explore the birth of its concept first? When did franchising actually start? When did people actually start utilizing the concept of franchising?
The concept of franchises trails back in ancient times. It already exists, particularly in the Middle Age. In order for people to operate businesses back then, they'll have to pay a sum of money to the local officials and higher church officials. This fee is referred as royalty. It continued until colonial period where people pay crown or crowns for them to operate their business activity. However, when the year 1700s appeared, especially in the day of September 13, 1731, 45 years before the US was even a nation, the concept of franchising became more concrete. When Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Whitmarsh entered the first franchise, where it is called co-partnership for the carrying on of the business of printing in Charleston in South Carolina. Upon the observation of Benjamin Franklin, he continued to establish other franchise for years. And up until now, the concept of franchising is still being utilized.
What is a franchise anyway?
Franchising is an agreement between the franchisor and the franchisee, where the franchisor or owner of the successful company has the option to share his or her brand name to other person or group of people, which referred as franchisee. The role of franchisor is to give the training, support, and guide to franchisee in operating the business. In that way, the brand will be consistent and follow standardized. In exchange, the franchisee would pay franchise fee, which is a one-time payment that is under their franchise agreement. In order to franchisee to continue the business name and business system, he or she needs to pay the royalty fee in the franchisor. We all know how franchising can be powerful in any aspect. We, as consumers, loves the consistency when it comes to their offered goods and services. As a matter of fact, franchising creates opportunities of ownership and personal wealth. Based on a 2001 economic impact study conducted by PricewaterhouseCoopers for the IFA Education Foundation, franchising generated more than 18 million jobs in the United States, or nearly 14% of the private sector employment. This shows how franchising is really dominant in the market. It shows how it increased the employment rate and how it impacts the economic rate of one country.
Franchising has factors that are so crucial in the concept itself. One of these is what we call the brand. But why is it very important in the concept of franchising? What's the big deal about brand?
Brand is the franchise system's most valuable asset since it possesses the company's identity and reputation. When people think about the brand, they connect it to the experience they expect to have based on their interactions and or perceptions. That is why brand recognition is the reason why franchisee invests in that certain brand. They want to benefit from the trust and familiarity the brand has built with customers. In order for them to maintain and grow this recognition, ongoing advertising and marketing efforts are essential. In that way, the brand will remain strong, be relevant, and continue to connect with their customers that leads in a long-term success.
There are two types of franchises: product distribution and business format franchise. Let us first delve into product distribution franchise. The most important factor in product distribution franchise is the product that the franchisor manufactures. This is due to the nature of the relationship between the franchisor and franchisee, which is similar to the nature of the relationship that supplier and a dealer have. Except that in a product distribution franchise, the franchisee can only opt to sell the franchisor's product on either exclusive or semi-exclusive manner, while in a supplier-dealer relationship, the dealer can sell products from several manufacturers, even competing ones. Moving on to the business format franchise, this is the most commonly used type of franchise. Here, the franchisor gives the franchisee not only the right to sell its product, but to utilize its system in the overall operation of the franchise as well. The franchisor must ensure that the experiences that they provide in all of their franchises are exactly the same. However, it is near impossible to actually do that. Hence, they impose certain rules for their franchisees to abide in an effort to at least provide similar experiences to their customers. By engaging in this type of franchise, the franchisee is required to maintain certain level of consistency, for it is the foundation of the success in franchising. Now, what do they gain from engaging in this model of business? They gain enormous from franchising, both good and not. As a franchisor, you gain money from the fees that you can get from franchisee. Another is stronger brand name and recognition from the franchise location. If franchisee succeeds in handling the franchise, it also beneficially impacts you and your business brand. But of course, if franchisee made mistakes, it is your brand that will be tainted as well. As a franchisee, doing franchise is advantageous in many ways. Here are some of them. First, you don't have to establish a brand and its name in the market, as the franchisor's brand is already established. Furthermore, you don't have to exert much more effort in marketing programs, as franchisor already does the job. You also gain the same suppliers of franchisor and may enjoy discounts. Plus, franchisor provides you the training and support you may need while operating the franchise. As a franchisee as well, the franchisor also provides you a protected market or territory in certain locations. This territory is an area by which no other company-owned or franchise-owned business is allowed to operate. However, as a franchisor, you have to cautiously plan for this matter, because it would greatly impact the franchises or units in a location. Say, if the territory of a franchise is too large, it would be challenging to acquire higher level of brand recognition, as one unit won't be that visible in the eyes of customers from that large area. If it's too small, it would divide the customers and may result to encroachment or negatively impact the unit sales. Planning the right number of units in a location is a must to ensure an effective brand penetration. Franchisor can be either partner, parent, or dictator. In a certain sense, franchisor and franchisee can consider their relationship as partnership. In this case, a franchisee advisory council is usually involved. They assist the franchisor in making decisions, review ideas for developing new products or services, and assess the system advertising, all to drive the brand to its betterment. But franchisor and franchisee is not technically engaged in partnership because they are not equals. Franchisor is superior than franchisee. They are the ones who ultimately make the system-wide decisions for the brand. Franchisor can also stand as parent for franchisee in a sense that they provide guidance, assistance, support, training, and serves as their source of advice, ideas, and wisdom. But they can be a total parent to franchisee, as parent and child relationship don't involve contracts, unlike franchisor and franchisee relationship. Further, a child cannot choose their parents, while franchisee has the liberty to choose their franchisor. For a true entrepreneur, the franchise system can be too constricting, with all the rules the franchisee has to abide, the fees they have to maintain, and the consistency level they have to achieve. Hence, the franchisor can be considered as dictator in that sense. But These things are important, for it is the brand that the customers buy, and what they get from the brand itself should be provided as well by the franchisee. To do that, franchisee must do all those things: abide, pay royalty, and be consistent. Before ending this video, let us set things straight. One might think that buying a franchise may guarantee you money and success. But the truth is, no. Not all franchises are profitable. Not all become successful. And franchising is hard work, yes. But you as a franchisee is one of the most important factors to consider as well. What you want is just as important as brand is to franchising. Would you really drive something you don't really want to success? And even if you do, would you be happy? Franchising is surely an interesting subject and business model. When done right, it can be profitable and enjoyable at the same time. In time, when you choose to franchise, we hope that you'll succeed and be happy and content with it. With this, we conclude this video. Thank you for being patient with us and lending us your ears. We hope you learned something from this. See you next time.